This is the Lockpicker 1969 and welcome to my channel, and I thought I'd put together a quick little video of my lockpick sets, specifically the ones for single pin picking. I'll do a separate video for other tools like dimple lock picking and disc detainer lock picking tools, and possibly do a little video on tools for making challenge locks, at least my challenge lock workbench with the tools, and the one I use for making picks. Anyways, this is the one for single pin picking. My first kit I ever purchased was this one from Amazon. Now, while it doesn't have any tension wrenches in it at all, those have since been pulled out and utilized with all the other tension wrenches in my collections. But these tools probably lasted me, I don't know, about a week before I kind of grew out of them, and then I was looking for another set of tools. I did wind up ordering then a set of Southward Picks from both the standard and the Euro Slim, and essentially these sets, they're nice picks for the money. They're awesome to get if you're just getting into lockpicking, but for me the handles were just way too small for my needs. As you can see, it's quite a small fit for me, and I do require something with a little bit more oomph to it. But yep, anyways, those are the Southwards. After the Southwards, I was looking for things with bigger handles. I did go and purchase some Walllock Tools. I do like the Walllock Tools. I love the quality of them. What I didn't, unfortunately, wasn't able to utilize with them very well was they have holes in the pro handles that eventually started eating into my fingers. Then that didn't feel good, and prolonged picking sessions made it kind of difficult to keep using them. But I do like Walllock Tools, and I do use their blanks when I make custom picks, which I'll show at the end of this review. What I did wind up going to that I liked for quite a long time was Petersons. I admittedly, as a Petersons fanboy, probably for at least a couple of years, about a year and a half to almost 2 years, and I still use my Petersons to this day. There's plenty of things that I can do with these. I usually start out picking a lock using these, so I do enjoy them. But anyways, that's the Petersons. And for a long time, I used the Petersons until Jimmy Long's came along, and I absolutely love Jimmy Long's picks. I have a set in every one of the sizes and thicknesses that he has, and I have backups as well for these. I do enjoy them that much. Between a Peterson short hook, usually like an H1, and the flat short hook from Jimmy Long's, I'll usually probe a lock first to figure out what's going on in there, and then work with different profiles after that, after I have an idea of what I'm working with. But anyways, to this day, I still love my Jimmy Longs and continue to use them pretty extensively. Now, around the time I had acquired the Jimmy Longs, that is when I decided to do a lockpick manufacturer review. And what I wound up doing was, since I really only had the Amazon set, the Southward set, the LLT set, and the Petersons and Jimmy Longs, I didn't feel that would adequately represent all the different picks manufacturers that people used out there. So I did pick up a few additional sets, one of which was the Dangerfield, what I thought was the Dangerfield Praxis set. This is apparently a knockoff of that set that was sold by, I can't remember the name of, if it was Lockpicking Mall or something, I can't remember. But anyways, it may be stamped Dangerfield Praxis, but this is not apparently officially the Dangerfield Praxis. It is very similar to it in how it's made and so forth, but I personally just didn't wind up really caring for this. The picks are just too thin for me, and the handles have the same problem as I do with the Southwards. They're just too small for my hands. So anyway, then I also picked up for that manufacturer review Sparrows. Now, I decided to put my own Sparrows kit together, purchase one of their cases, and I did pick up like the SS Dev sets in both thicknesses, as well as several of the Monstrum picks, which I like. I don't necessarily use Sparrows that much for picks. I do use their top of the keyway tension wrenches, as well as some of their bottom of the keyway tension wrenches, quite extensively. So I do like their wrenches. I'm not just a big user of their picks. I will take this kit on occasion with me somewhere when I just want to do some casual picking and just kind of give the Sparrows a go. Last but not least, in that review, I did pick up a multi-pick Champion Elite set. Again, while this may be a really great set and some people really love them, the handles for me were just way too small. And yes, while I can put my own handles on these and all that, I typically try to go for picks that are designed to have a larger handle on them. But in order to round this set out, because this has the 0.6 and the 0.4, I believe, I did pick up the set from for Christina Palmer. So this is the little extension or expansion set that's supposed to go with that. So that's the extent of the multi-pick single pin picks I have, because I have several of their dimple picks, but that's my single pin picking sets. I did obtain these from Lockmaster. Sasha asked me to do a review of their tools, so I did a review of these, as well as a pocket knife that I carry every day, by the way. This is their entry-level set, which they're nice. They do have handles. They're a little bit small for me, but and the picks themselves could use some sanding, refinishing, and polishing. But ultimately, they make some nice stuff. I don't use them per se because I have other things that I keep out regularly, and I haven't gotten to what I really use pretty regularly, which is the Moki Picks, which I'll get out in a second. But this is their all hooks set. Not bad. Needs some, like I said, it needs some finishing and polishing, but ultimately, it's not a bad set of picks. If you're getting started, you can definitely get into it with a full set of picks. That's all they are, is hooks. And then last on, let's see. These are a set of picks that were sent to me by Bare Bones. I had purchased his bone roll for dimple picks, and he happened to throw these in. These are his .015 thickness picks, and I don't use them per se because they're very thin, and the handles are too small for me to utilize. But I do keep this set because I do like Bare Bones. I like his products, and I would love to be able to support them. Last but not least, here anyways, the Sparrows Dark Shift set with the expansion in here. I do have this as an EDC kit. However, what I do carry, like in the car and that sort of thing, is an actual Southward C2010 slimline Euro set with some extras added into it for like warded keys or warded skeleton keys, and a bunch of torque wrenches and so forth that I have from Sparrows. Anyways, that's what my EDC kits look like that it would be in my cars, for example. But this kit is pretty nice, very rigid set, and I'd recommend that to anybody if they wanted to have a quick EDC kit. Not last but least, but Moki. These are my Moki Picks. I love these things. I can't tell you how great they are enough. Amazing quality. Love the length of the handle in my hand. It feels great. Feedback transfers really nicely in this, for me anyway. And yeah, just love these. They're just far superior to a lot of picks that are out there. So yes, definitely my go-to picks. Last but not least here is these are my custom picks that I've made. I did make a set of picks for picking time. This was the prototype. I made 3 other picks that had the burned in lettering and the Lock logo on them that I had sent to Lady Locks. She asked for permission to keep one and then give away the other 2, which she did. So they're out there. And this was my very first pick I ever made, and it has it's a bit rough, but I used an actual for the filler. It was a brass sheet that I had cut to match the profile of the handle, and then inlaid that in when it was epoxied together. Now I learned from that experience by essentially making the next pick, and to make the spine much cleaner and much nicer, I used an actual brass wire that I laid in there during the epoxying process. But I've made some other picks, custom picks, but these are the ones that I kept. The other ones I've given away, and I unfortunately don't have any pictures of some of the ones I gave away, but that's about it for what I have in terms of my pick tools. I do use a number of different tension wrenches. I love the actual Longhorns, and what I'm giving away in my giveaway right now is the Longhorn and the other set. I can't remember, 2500 I think is what it is. But awesome tension wrenches, and not only for bottom of the keyway, but these here with the thinner end on them, you can use these for top of the keyway tensioning as well. So very versatile set of tension wrenches from what's it? I'm drawing a blank. Southern Specialties, I think. Anyways, that's about it. Trying to think of anything else. I do have some other tools I use here. Unfortunately, I cannot move them from where they are. But so for like screwdrivers and followers and a whole bunch of other stuff, all of that's here on my picking bench for use. And anyway, that's about it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll come out with another video soon on the dimple picks and the disc detainer picks. Thanks for watching.